Hey guys, CJ. So it has finally happened. FUT Esports have put together their first ever major sort of tier 1 LAN victory. Not major, significant is the more appropriate term. And they have won PGL Bucharest over Astralis. Now, Astralis and FUT have what is, in my opinion at least, the only real rivalry, so by default, the best rivalry that we have going on in Tier 1 Counterstrike right now, as Vitality is so far above the rest of the pack that there's no real rival that they have to keep pace with them, to have some real back and forth games. Maybe if Senzu went back to Mongols. But we got to have Astralis versus FUT, who have played against each other 6 times this year already, having or no, 12 times, I believe, actually, this year already, having an even 6-6 split on how these matches have gone. And this is the most high stakes match that they have played against each other to date, and is a great capstone for that rivalry at this point in time, and a good benchmark to see how both teams have evolved over the course of this season. And as I've already stated, FUT absolutely won this and absolutely demolished Astralis across the board. They looked rather lost over the course of the entire final. Fuzi, my beloved, he didn't really show up as much as he would have wanted. Yabi had a bit of a fall off in form comparatively, just across the board. Astralis was not really in this game. Uh, Stare 30 bombed on Nuke. He did great. Hooksy got his first ace in years, I want to say. He really tried his best to also put up and drag them over the finish line, but it just was not meant to be today. And it was a pretty one-sided best of 5 overall for the event. The MVP did go to Sentry, which is great for the young Ukrainian Opper, as honestly, it had been pretty neck and neck between all of these individuals across the board, but this was a really, standout event for him. Another thing that I'll also shout out while we're just talking about how people are ranking overall in the tournament, very funny thing to mention is that Kerrigan is the highest rated player of this event, despite absolutely bombing out. Hit the microphone there, sorry. Despite FaZe absolutely bombing out and winning absolutely nothing. Kerrigan is the highest rated player of this event in 2 maps, which is very, very, very funny. I also give a shout out to the 9 maps of Hext, putting him inside that top 8, 3. Yeah, Hext in the top 8. Shout out to my boy Hext. Somebody save Hext. I think he should be on a much better team than he is. And I know that a lot of people are actually trying to be positive about this wild card roster. This video is not about them. I might make one in the future. But a quick little blurb about them is that I think that they have a lot of potential, but I think MHL really needs to step it up for them to be able to do anything. I think Hext, honestly, when NAF retires, they should consider looking at Hext. That's my hot take on one of my longtime favorite players. Now I've enjoyed him for many years since he was on EG Gold or Black or whichever iteration of EG he was on. But it's another standout performance, and also another notable thing for this tournament is that it was taking place in Lonix's home country, and he got to get his first trophy lift of his career in this fashion. As our video we previously did on him highlights, he has been all over Heckin' Creation. He has been to some good teams. He's had a couple of chances, but to really have found his footing alongside these youngsters from Navi, who he, while is not the IGL, which is, that's the Crabman, for Benny, he is the captain, I would say, of this team and the emotional leader of this team. He keeps them all in line. He keeps them energized. He keeps them focused. And to see him get that trophy lift, despite the arena and stand not really accommodating the trophy lift, which was pretty funny, seeing him get that trophy lift was absolutely fantastic. But this now places FUT in the top 4, I believe, overall, which is another interesting thing to have to think about in terms of VRS. Yeah, VRS right now, we're looking at Vitality with a pretty substantial margin lead, with Navi following up. FUT now at number 3, Astralis at number 4. Mongols, Furia, Aurora, Mouse, Perivision, and Falcons are now number 10, potentially dropping outside number 10 if things continue like. But I think it'll be a lot more changes coming down. Much like Hooksy's own interview said, it's not really representative of where Astralis is overall within the scene. They're not a top 5, top 4 team, in my opinion. I think they could still lose any day of the week to several of the other teams inside the top 10. But It is just a day of celebration. You know, a young team has avoided the Mao's curse. You know, FUT were sort of pegged as this next up and coming team, similar to how we had the Mao's NXT boys come up all those years ago and still struggle to compete at the highest levels. And these guys have come out in a sprint and they won something that wasn't an EPL. So, congratulations to them. Congratulations to the coaching staff. Congratulations to everybody over at FUT. They are an absolute pleasure to watch, and it'll be exciting to see how they continue to contend going into the upcoming major. I have been CJ. Let me know what you guys think down below about how FUT are playing and how they are going to stack up against the rest of the scene. Have a great rest of your day.